Today we are going to be talking about restoring transparency in your relationship. Or a better title would be for some of you, damaged by the cover-up. Damaged by the cover-up. Because if you are honest, you are being damaged by the cover-up. Some of you think that covering things up is healthy, but no, it is actually blocking your healing. And for some of you, you have the desire to be transparent in your relationships, but you did not grow up in the home that was transparent. Your home did not speak the language of transparency, and it's affecting your very own relationship right now. But I'm glad because you are listening to the right message today, because this message is designed to help you move from hiding to revealing. Oh, you don't hear me. I said this message is designed to help you move from hiding to revealing. I believe that this is going to bring transformation in our lives because I grew up in a culture that did not practice transparency. I did not see that. I didn't see it in my home. They taught me to hide things, Lala. I grew up in the culture that said that, no, transparency is not even a word. So when I started to date my wife, guess what I practiced? I practiced covering things up. I would hide my past, I would hide my hurt, I would hide my emotions, I would hide my struggles, I would hide my addictions. I would hide things in the initial stage when I was dating my wife because I never was transparent to people in relationships. Are you hearing me? And maybe you were raised in homes where transparency wasn't practiced, and that is affecting your relationship right now. Let me show you. Raise your hand. If you grew up in a home where transparency was the language, like your parents told you everything about them. Come on, I didn't even see. Okay, I see one little hand in the back, one little hand. Good job, mommy, good job. Mindy is doing a good job. Are you hearing me? And Mia. But let me give you some examples what I'm talking about. Has your dad ever sat down with you and told you that he had a porn addiction and it was hard to break until Jesus freed him? No, sir. No, sir. Has your mom ever sat down and told you that she was attracted to a certain type of gentleman and she could not handle herself when she was around them at the club? Have your parents ever sat down with you and said that, you know what, man, I had a masturbation problem? Have your parents ever told you that they had a cheating problem? A lying problem? Or a gaming problem? Have your parents ever sat down with you and said, child, let me tell you something, child. These are my successes, but also these are my struggles. The truth is, if you are honest, none of us were able to raise our hands here or even online in the chat. Because that's not the culture that we are living in. We are living in a culture that talks about hiding things. Your parents told you maybe about their successes, but they did not tell you about their struggles. They did not tell you that they're on their way to becoming wealthy. They had to sleep with 3 or 4 different people. Why? Because parents always want to tell you what makes them look good. You think your mom is perfect, but ask her one day, did you have addictions, mommy? Daddy, did you have an addiction? The reason why your parents needed to be transparent with you is, watch this, what your parents did not allow God to transform will be transferred. If you don't believe me, look at this man in the Bible by the name of Abraham. Everybody say Abraham. The Bible shares with us in Genesis chapter 20 and verse 2 that Abraham lied that Sarah was his sister when Sarah was his what? Wife. He was a liar and a deceiver. He struggled with hiding things. And the sad thing is this. There is no text in the Bible that shares with us that Abraham sat down with his son Isaac and said, boy, come here. Come here. I was a liar. I was a deceiver. I hid things. And I want you to go to God and seek God. that God will help you, because this might be a struggle that you will deal with in your life. So you need to ask Jesus for power to break that thing. No text, no passage. So guess what happened? What is not transformed is transferred. So Isaac came on the scene, and when Isaac came on the scene, Isaac married somebody by the name of, come on church, Rebekah. Isaac, Abraham's son, married Rebekah in the same place that Abraham lied that his wife was his sister. Isaac, in the same place, lied that Rebekah was his sister and not his wife. Because what is not transformed is transferred. Watch this. Transparency wasn't the culture of Abraham's home. And whatever Abraham did not allow the God of heaven to transform, his son was affected by it. Well, Isaac, he struggled with it. Isaac struggled with being a liar and a deceiver. The very same poor character traits that Abraham struggled with is the very same poor character traits that Isaac struggled with. Why? Because what you don't allow God to transform will be transferred. I'm trying to make you get it today. Isaac did not allow God to transform his damage. So watch this. Isaac had a son by the name of Jacob. And Jacob's name meant to deceive. They even named him the very same character trait that Abraham and Isaac had. Daddy said, man, yeah, man, your name, deceive. But he got it from you, Isaac. Jacob moved from just being a liar to being a deceiver. Because what you don't allow God to transform will be transferred even in a worse way. Because Jacob didn't see transparency in his home, guess what Jacob did? Jacob cheated on his brother by stealing his birthright. Are you with me so far? Stole his birthright, and guess what Jacob did, El Laboon? He went into hiding. He said, I'm going away from my brother. I don't want my brother to see me. He went into the place of hiding. And Jacob was in bondage. Jacob preferred bondage than to even reveal himself about who he really is. Jacob was hiding from his brother for years. But how did Jacob get his healing? Watch this now. Watch this. Jacob did not get his healing until Jacob decided to reveal himself to his brother by going back home. When Jacob decided to move from hiding to revealing, it is then that God showed up to Jacob and blessed Jacob. God showed up and blessed Jacob by changing his name from a deceiver, Jacob, to Israel. The changing of the name was a sign that God broke generational struggle out of Jacob's life. When Jacob moved from hiding to revealing, God moved Jacob from damaged to delivered. Oh, you're not hearing me. And what I want to let you know right now is that if you have not seen transparency lived out in your home, if you have not seen it lived out in your parents, if you have a wall that is blocking you from being transparent, I know a God who can move you from hiding to revealing. His name is Jesus Christ. He can move you from lying to honesty. He can move you from cheating to truth. He can move you from broken to blessed. He can move you from trauma to triumph. He can move you from addicted to anointed. I serve a God. I don't know if I have a church today, but I serve a God who can help you dealing with your mommy's damage and your daddy's damage. God can move you from bondage to blessing. There's a God who can break generational struggles out of your life. Guess what? Gethsemane and those online, you don't have to live the life your mom lived. You don't have to live the life your dad lived. Yes, your mom wrote chapter 1 of your book. Yes, your dad wrote chapter 2 of your book. But allow God to write chapter 3. Allow God to write chapter 4. There is a God whose balm is able to heal you from every trauma you have experienced. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is able to deliver you from your damage. That's the God we serve. Jacob experienced that because Jacob said, God, I won't let you go until you free me. I need a blessing, God. Abraham struggled with this hiding issue. Isaac, my dad, struggled with this hiding issue. But I won't let you go, God, until you bless me. The God that we serve will come through when you decide to move from hiding to revealing.
If this sermon is a blessing to you, I want you to subscribe, I want you to like and share it, and then leave a positive comment about how this message impacted your life. God bless.